We need to strike the humans where it hurts most. Their hearts, minds, and souls.
Oh great, more philosophical mumbo-jumbo. Better just nod like I get it.
Sounds fun. I call dibs on souls.
Lyra, please explain. What is the meaning of this dibs you speak of?
You know, like first pick. Souls are my jam.
Is it a formal process? A ritual, maybe, or some kind of rule?
Zane nearly choked on his ale.
Oh no. He's actually taking this seriously.
Nah, Darius. It just means I want the soul part of the plan. No special chants or dancing needed.
So, dibs means claiming a task. Fascinating. But if everyone called dibs, would it not lead to chaos?
He's really going to analyze dibs, isn't he? This is my life now.
Usually it's just for fun. But hey, we could set up, like, a dibs committee if you're worried about it.
A dibs committee? Yes, that could create order. We would need rules, of course, and a voting system to solve arguments.
Sure, Darius. Whatever makes you happy. As long as I get to play with the souls, I'm good.
Very well. I shall create the rules for this committee. It will keep everything fair and efficient.
Zane stared into the void of his mug. Maybe if he looked long enough, it would offer him escape.
Darius is actually making rules for dibs. Why couldn't my little sister have married a blacksmith? Or anyone else, really?
The tavern buzzed. Heat from the fire. Clinking mugs. Laughter. But Zane couldn't relax. His eyes darted around the room nervously. What if someone recognized them? Or what if they offended the tavern owner by using the wrong spoon? He had seen friendships end over less. He glanced at Darius, who was scanning the room like a hawk looking for its prey. That guy couldn't relax if his life depended on it. He probably meditated on the meaning of chewing. Meanwhile, Lyra was in the middle of an arm wrestling match with a farmer who looked like he crushed rocks for fun. The farmer grunted and strained, his muscles bulging as he tried to gain the upper hand. Lyra, on the other hand, looked like she was having the time of her life. Her wild hair bounced as she laughed. Suddenly, the tavern door burst open with a loud crash. Zane stared at his drink.
Another drunk, probably. Great. Just what we need.
The laughter stopped. The clinking of mugs faded into nothing. Something was off. Zane sighed in frustration and finally looked up.
Can't a guy just enjoy a lukewarm ale in peace?
Standing in the doorway was a beautiful woman who looked very powerful. Her armor was so shiny it looked like it had been polished by 100 angels. A shiver ran down Zane's spine. This wasn't just any guard.
Hero Ava.
Someone said, their voice filled with awe.
Oh no. This is bad. Really bad.
Zane shot a panicked glance at Darius, who was watching the newcomer with his usual serious expression. Lyra was still focused on her match, totally unaware. Ava's sharp eyes scanned the tavern. Judging. Weighing. The room fell silent. Nervous glances. Hushed whispers. Finally, her eyes landed on their table.
This can't be happening.
Zane, Darius, Lyra. By order of the king, you're under arrest.
Arrest? But those are Hero Ava's party members. Something's not right. This must be serious.
Guards moved in. Magical light danced across the shackles as they locked onto the trio's wrists. Lyra looked up from her match, her opponent's arm still struggling against hers. She pouted.
Hey, I was winning.
Zane trusted Ava. Sure. But being arrested by his own wife? Definitely not on his bingo card.
Ava, what's going on? What could we possibly have done to get arrested by you?
Zane, I'm sure it's all a misunderstanding. We'll sort it out in court.
Sweet. I've always wanted front row seats to a trial.
A misunderstanding means someone failed to communicate clearly. I trust you will make sure the truth comes out.
Of course, Darius. We'll get this cleared up.
Great. Can't we have one night without disaster?
Zane, you worry too much. We'll get through this. And someday we'll even laugh about it.
With that, the guards led them out. Patrons stared. Some stood on their toes to catch a last glimpse. Hero Ava, escorting her own party to judgment. Unbelievable. The cold night air hit them. Pale moonlight. Empty streets. Zane shivered, pulling his tunic tighter. He glanced at Darius, who simply nodded. Lyra, though? She was humming like they were off to a festival. The guards marched fast, armor clanking with every step. The streets were quiet. Too quiet. Zane felt eyes behind shuttered windows. Watching. Judging.
Where are you taking us?
To the palace. The king wants to see you personally.
Zane's heart sank. The king himself? This was getting worse by the minute. He could only hope Ava was right, and that this was all just some big misunderstanding.
Do you think they'll let us keep the shackles? I mean, they're kind of cool, right? I bet I could use them in a spell.
Lyra, now is not the time for your experiments.
Hey, if we're getting arrested, might as well make the most of it.
Zane looked over at Ava, who gave him a reassuring smile.
Stay strong. We'll get through this together.
The palace gates loomed. Zane's breath caught. The doors creaked open. Darkness. Zane swallowed. Whatever waited inside, it was ready. And this? Just the beginning.